Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome back to Niche. In our first video, we played through the tutorial and got familiar with the basics of the game. And then we explored the Sandbox Mode to see what kind of features were available in the newest update. But today, I'm going to start what I hope will be a little series where we try to play this game, which is typically a fairly relaxing strategy game, and turn it into a brutal roguelite survival game. I'm not going to edit the age settings very much. In our last two videos, we played with them on the default. I am going to increase the child phase to 2 days, and then also the pregnancy duration to 2 days. We'll just have to manage the family a little bit more carefully, and hopefully that will increase the challenge. In our last video, we played with hunger at 5 times normal damage, so we can leave that there. I'm going to double enemy damage and environmental damage, and healing will remain unchanged. Of course, you start out with your 2 nichelings, 1 male and 1 female, and they have these somewhat, to an American, convoluted names. So instead, we're just going to be Adam and Eve, as in the tutorial. Don't forget to change the immunity, and then we're going to make copies of both of them. So now we're up to 4 animals, but they're going to be more typical of what the game would intend that your nichelings would be like. And then we're going to have 5 more wilder nichelings. Their genetics will be completely random, and their age will be more random as well. And they could be any mix of sex. So that's 9 in total. But we're not going to increase the food or the nesting. And we are going to enable blind gene mode. So that will be more difficult families, a more dangerous environment, a ton more nichelings, but no more supplies. So our last video, the goal was 25 days. So this time we're going to double it. And also we're going to say never number of animals in the tribe less than 5. So if we lose half of our starting animals, or that number along the way, it's game over. And we're going to call this mode survival. So I am going to choose one of the harder islands. I'm curious what the crossing is, so let's try that one. So yeah, I'm fascinated to see how this goes. I feel like it could be, if you were willing to experiment enough with the settings, I feel like you could really make this into a game along the lines of Darkest Dungeon or XCOM, or some of these super difficult strategy games that we love to rave over. And maybe this game hasn't got the attention that it deserves. That's all I'm saying. But let's dive in. Alright, so here's our first look at our tribe. We're looking very eclectic. I like the collection of horns. And we have a couple colorful characters. Instead though, let's look at this as our family tree. So the random game has done a good job of giving us a mix of females. Out of the 5 wildling characters that we have, 4 are female, which leaves us with a total of 6 out of 9. And given that we're having longer pregnancies, it's probably preferable. So we have our 2 Eve characters here. This one with her razor claws and sharp teeth has 5 attacking, which is very good, but prefers the water, to be honest. And I think I'd rather go with 2 attack and 2 collecting and then 4 speed. So I'm going to make her the alpha, and then I'm going to change her name to Claws. So this Adam with the horns and the multicolored coat is also 2 collect and 2 attack, but has 2 dig and 1 cracking as well. But interesting, Adam over here is poisonous with 3 collecting, so he will be immune to predators and has good collecting as well. I'm going to keep that in mind, but Horny Adam is going to be promoted to Alpha. And then your name is going to be Greenskin. Next we can look at our other male. He has 3 attack. That's not too bad. We can leave him at Beta. He has 4 fishing. So even though he would be good in the water, he prefers to move on the land with 3 speed. We'll start with the most interesting female. She is also poisonous, as you might expect by looking at her in comparison to Greenskin. She only has 1 collect, so she's not going to be a good source of food. And she prefers the water with 2 swim. Your name is Goofball, and you are an Omega. Oh, we never named our last male. I'm going to name him Spot. I like his little coat. So this girl only has 1 attack, but also has Venomous, and she has 4 swimming. So that's interesting. I don't think I've ever used Venomous. We're going to call you Fangs. This female has only 2 attack, but 4 speed and 3 swimming. So your name is going to be Swift. And this female has 2 attacking and 2 fishing, but prefers the land. She has a fancy coat. We're going to name her Elizabeth. One thing cool I like about this screen is that you can move your characters around. So if you want to get them hanging out in groups of mating pairs, it's easy to do it here. So I like Greenskin with Goofball and Fangs because they all have poison resistance, and Fangs has venomous attack. So I would be interested to see where that goes. We have Adam and Eve together, but I'm going to move Swift over there as well. And then on this end, we'll have Elizabeth, Spot, and Claws. So we have Adam. And Eve. And Swift. So that's 1 mate. And then 2 mate. And she can build a nest. And conveniently, there's a nest right here too. We already have the poisonous trio over here. And I think we can get one of them. Now, none of them can attack the fish. There's fish right here. we have a bunch of fishers over on the right. So let's start moving them. And then this way you can kind of organize your nichelings to keep them in the pairs that you want. So Spot does not have breathe underwater, so we have to bring him just over here. Should be fine. And that's our turn. And day 1 is in the books. Remember, these girls won't give birth for another day because we've extended the pregnancies. So we're going to need more nesting material. Adam here is sick for some reason. He has decent collect, so let's get some berries. Even though we have plenty of fishermen, Claus is the only one that can breathe underwater. So let's send her down to get these fish. We've chased them back up this way for Elizabeth. And that got us a decent bit of food. And we have a stag mole up here. Can we get an attack in? Oh, we got some stag mole meat. That doesn't happen frequently. Get Elizabeth up there. I'm going to start sending these guys up this way. There's not too much for them to do. They found another nest, so that's a good start. We can make sure that all these guys are omegas though. I don't want to sacrifice the rest of the group. If we keep it up, I'm interested to see if I can get some good poisonous animals. But for right now, berries and your basic attack are the way to go. If we can get some venomous in with good attack, that's a different story. Maybe we could even end up with good attack, good fishing, and venomous. That's what Claus has, so she might be a great candidate for an alpha female. Alright, those two don't have much movement to do, so let's end the day. And we have 2 new babies. Our pack is up to 11. And I think I'm going to end this video right here. We've had a look at our new settings, and we've met our animals, and we've had our first birth. So we'll see if our animals can survive in this harsh world. I hope you're looking forward to next time. For now, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur. This has been Niche, a genetic survival game. Please like and subscribe, and have a good night. We got more up here, and that's it. We failed the event. Makes it 2-0.
For duty.
Get all these archers behind the lines. The good news is that we are profitable. We need to focus on the boat. I've been cuckolded. -100%. Job done.